Bam. All right. It's Wednesday, July 10th, 2019. I'm Rim.
I'm Scott.
And this is Geek Nights. Tonight, we are judging anime by its cover, the summer 2019 anime that we have not watched. All right, I'll check that out. I wonder if I can sell him stuff or give him stuff.
Donate your used items. Donate your time.
They're not getting my time.
And then you can look like here's like a kid's bathroom sink.
Time is precious, son. You mustn't waste it. I will check that place out.
Oh, but this is in Brooklyn. Where is? I thought there was one of these things in Astoria.
Maybe that's why you couldn't find it. Maybe there isn't.
Maybe. I don't know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we can just start. Gotta lock this thing in better. The second cheapest microphone boom is not great. All right, we got any opening bit? No, you got anything?
Parade.
All right.
What else? You got anything else?
I
better than that?
I guess parade's it. I didn't even go to the parade, so you can start with the parade.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
So back in the day, way back in the day, New York
Like
City.
1857,
No,
58.
more like 1940 something.
Yeah.
There were parades in New York all the fucking time. You didn't really.
Well, I mean, what else do you do back then?
Sure, but like back in those days, you still had to do something really great to get a parade. But like, if you were just a fancy person, like a king or something, and you visited New York, you would get a parade. If you did something like win some Olympic gold medals, you would get a parade, right? Nowadays,
Well, again, because there was nothing else going on. Like, you're bored, and then someone's like, hey, this king's in town.
right nowadays, right, there's much fewer parades, all right, and the bar for getting a parade is so much higher.
I mean,
right?
what? The Rangers got one by winning Lord Stanley's Cup.
Right, so you can win one. Basically, they're almost, these days, almost every parade. I think the last parade that I can remember happening, or I'm sure someone might find one on Wikipedia or something on like list of parades, but the last parade I remember being in New York City that was not sports related was when the Pope visited.
Now, we got to be clear. We're not talking about, like, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, like regular parades.
No. We're talking about the actual, right? So if you don't
like
know,
the ticker tape parade.
right? If you're not in New York City, you have to realize there's an area downtown.
Oh, there's a Wikipedia page that lists everyone
right,
ever.
Right. So if you don't know New York City, right? Battery Park is at the bottom of the city, and you go north a little bit on Broadway.
It's called Battery Park because there were batteries of cannons there.
Right. Anyway, it's called, and that stretch of Broadway is known as the quote Canyon of Heroes. And then it ends at City Hall, and what you do is if you did something really fucking awesome, you get a parade that goes down that little bit of road.
Oh,
and
dude.
it's real narrow, and everyone throws shredded paper out the window.
This is great because the list of them, there aren't that many.
Not these days there aren't that
I
many.
want to list the first few because they're really funny. So
Okay.
the first one, 1886, October 28th, the Statue of Liberty was dedicated, and people just had an impromptu parade. Like, it just happened.
Sounds good.
That started the tradition.
That's the bar. That's how great a thing has to be parade worthy.
3 years later, in 1889, the centennial of George Washington becoming the first president.
Oh, okay.
Admiral Dewey returning from Manila. Theodore Roosevelt returning from his African safari.
That's not that. That's a pretty low bar. That one. That's
The
like,
U.S. Olympic Games athletes returning in 1912.
There you go.
Not even winning, just coming back because the Olympics were kind of new back then.
Olympics were a bigger deal then.
Yeah.
Right.
General Pershing coming back from with the commander of the American Expeditionary Force. Edward Albert, the Prince of Wales, deigning to visit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of them are like fancy person.
The
visits.
Marshal of France.
But think about it, that was a lot of the visit ones were before there were planes. So
Yeah.
just visiting a place is a big fucking deal, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
40s,
they have a parade for
50s.
the Titanic before it crashed?
I
Like
don't
a
know.
sending off parade?
But they slowed. It looks like they slowed down in the 70s.
Right, so the reason they slowed down, at least as far as I'm aware, is not like a specific mandate or anything. It's simply that humanity has achieved a lot less things that are parade worthy.
Yeah, there hasn't been an Apollo like moon landing in a while.
Right. And B, even if you did something worthy, right? So take for example, like Michael Phelps. If Michael Phelps, who won a huge mountain of gold Olympic medals, had just been born 50 years earlier, he would have gotten one or more parades.
Yeah.
Right? But in, 2015, whenever he won his, pile of medals, when was the last Summer Olympics? 2016? I don't remember.
I mean, in the 70s.
But the point is, who would show up for the Michael Phelps parade? Who would even show up for the American Summer Olympians parade, right? It's like people would not turn out for that.
In the 70s, there were a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these.
Yeah.
In the 80s, there were 4.
Yep.
In the 90s, there were a few more.
Right. Now, you got to, I will take all the New York sports team parades.
Oh, really? Because in the 70s, they're pretty
as
good.
long as they're not Yankees or
I was about
Islanders
to say.
or
I was
Knicks
about to say. The 70s ones
or
were in order.
Jets.
Apollo 14.
Yeah.
Apollo 15.
Yeah.
Some bicentennial Operation Sail thing with sailors.
Yeah.
Yankees winning the World Series.
Boo.
Yankees winning the World Series.
Boo.
And Pope John Paul II.
There. See, I was sorry. The Pope visiting. It gets
Oh,
parade.
81, the Iranian hostages being released.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Right, but the point is.
Oh, 86, the Mets.
Right. Yeah.
That was the
But
last
it's like,
one, right?
I was thinking, I was there at the parade for, the women's
Wow, the
team winning
Yankees
the
have won
world.
a lot of World Series.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah. It's almost like they're a great baseball team.
Almost like they're the evil team.
I like the evil teams.
No, it's like, the women's team won the World Cup, which is that's like American, right? So New York level stuff, you happen to get a New York parade because it's New York.
I mean,
right?
the last 3,
But-
the last 7 were sports victories.
Right.
Yankees, Giants, World Cup.
Right. But the World Cup ones are significantly better because that's a world accomplishment, not a New York, U.S. only accomplishment.
I mean, the Super
right?
Bowl's a world accomplishment.
Kinda. Right? But I'm thinking, what the fuck do you have to do to get a parade?
Well, like you said,
right? It's
like you said
what
earlier,
higher honor?
Come back from Mars.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what honor?
Cure AIDS.
Right. How great do you have to fucking be? It's like you could win the Nobel Prize and not get a parade.
Dude, a lot of people win the Nobel Prize and don't get this parade.
But I mean, you'd have to be an American.
Yeah.
A
lot of
how many Americans win the Nobel Prize?
I mean, there's a lot of Nobel Prizes.
Sure.
Obama won a Nobel Prize.
He didn't get a fucking parade. No parades for Obama. To get a New York parade is it's harder than almost anything. And sports are the only reasonable route because it's just the bar of accomplishment and heroism required.
So
it's just so high.
Here's another list.
You have to be an all-time great human being. Is there even a person alive, right, that you can just say, you know what, that is a person who is alive, and they're just so great that they are parade worthy.
So I learned some great facts
Any
about
human
these parades.
being alive in 2019, anyone.
So there's a list of people who were so fucking awesome, they had more than one. There's not many. Richard Byrd, Bobby Jones, Amelia Earhart, Eisenhower, Charles de Gaulle, John Glenn.
Yeah.
Not many people. In terms of sports teams honored, the Yankees have had 9.
Yep. And they've won a lot more than 9 World Series,
Yep.
so they didn't get a parade every time.
And we've rescinded one of them.
Well, there's the Nazi guy.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Are you
Pétain.
talking about the Nazi guy?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
the Marshal Pétain, basically the collaborator shithead who ran the martial law state that was later occupied by the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
They removed the plaque and they were like, nope, that parade does not count.
His name's still on the ground over there.
Apparently they tore it up,
No,
or they're planning
they didn't.
to.
It's over there.
Oh, they are planning to tear it up.
They said they would, and they haven't done jack shit.
Yeah. Da-da-da. So France is giving a shit because they removed in 2010 the last remaining plaque with his name on it in the entire goddamn country.
Mm-hmm.
And New York still has one plaque with
Do I
his
just go
goddamn...
vandalize it?
We should go vandalize it.
Go get a jackhammer.
Full disclosure, if it gets vandalized, we did not do it. We did it, but we didn't do it.
What's this jackhammer rental receipt for Rim DaCosta?
You bought a jackhammer, overalls, a mask, and a fake permit, and a clipboard
Some
to put the fake permit.
orange vests, some
Yep.
cones, a white Econoline van.
Yep. You live streamed yourself doing it?
Yeah.
All right. So
The point is if you set your goal in life to get parade, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, what honor? Like, I can't imagine an honor greater than having the parade for you.
Yep.
It's like, what? It's like, you know. Yeah, Emily was saying at the parade, like, yeah, she can make an animation and win, like, every single Oscar in every single category and would not get a parade.
There's the plot of the next Lupin movie. Lupin
Steals a parade.
Steals a New York City parade.
Steals the parade. So
For himself. It's for
himself.
him.
Now there's a parade for Lupin. What did he do?
It starts as a parade for
It's
like
someone else's parade, but he stole it.
Yeah, it starts as a parade for world peace, and then all the floats turn into Lupins.
Yeah.
So there's actually a whole bunch of anime news. So we're gonna pick and choose random bits because
Anime Expo just happened, which means a lot of anime news happened.
Yep. Now I gotta
Anime
be clear.
Expo is a garbage con.
You should never go to Anime Expo.
Just
It
like
is-
you shouldn't go to New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con. It's a con it's not like all these small, medium-sized anime
like
cons.
New York Anime Festival.
Even Anime Boston, which is large,
Anime NYC, good to go to.
right, is
New York
culturally
Comic-Con,
completely
no.
different from Anime Expo. Anime Expo is bad.
But
Do
Anime
not-
Expo is not just bad for those reasons. It's also really badly run. It's a miserable experience. Like every year, you can watch Twitter and see the garbage fire
there
that
is
is
no
unfolding.
reason to be at it. And this year there were earthquakes.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go to. I've never been to California. Earthquakes are part of the reason.
I mean, I've never been to California except for work.
I've been there for the airport.
I've been there for work a bunch of times.
I
I've been to
might
the
go
airport a
there
bunch of
soon, but I
times.
gotta wait for earthquake season to stop.
I mean, the earthquakes are not causing that much damage because of regulations.
I still don't really want to be in one.
I've been in minor earthquakes. They're no big deal.
Yeah, I've been in New York earthquakes. They're fine.
Yeah, I remember that earthquake because I was on the street and suddenly people come running out of the buildings and running out of the subways
Well,
yelling.
you know, it feels like someone, like stomped around a little bit.
Well, because if you're on the street, you don't feel it. But if you're in an old building in New York, the buildings sway a lot because they're old.
It just feels like someone was stomping around on the roof above you, and you're like, "Hey, cut it out!" And it's like, "No, that was the whole world shaking."
Yep. So I'm gonna go through some of the newses from Anime Expo. Number one, Katsuhiro Otomo.
If you don't know who is the creator of Akira,
Yep.
and
Directed part of Robot Carnival. Done a lot of stuff. He is getting a new movie.
right, so I guess he's running out of money because this is like the least. You think about most of the creators of great animes and mangas are known for being ultra prolific workaholics.
Yeah, like Satoshi Kon made
Right.
as many movies as he could while he was
You know,
alive.
Tezuka, he just freaking cranked him out like a machine, right?
Yep.
But Otomo is famous for barely making fucking anything, right?
Yep.
This
So
dude
like Rick
made,
Moranis,
he made
something got him out of his hole.
Right, he made a handful of really awesome artsy indie mangas, the most famous of which is like Domo, right, which is great. And then he made Akira, which is like one of the best manga ever created. He sort of did some work on this manga called Legend of Mother Sarah that was sort of published in the U.S. It's
Yep.
really hard to get.
I mean, he
but
was
I think it
involved
was
in, like,
actually by another dude.
Metropolis.
He wasn't really involved in Metropolis that much.
Well, he was involved.
His name was on it.
Yeah.
Right, but basically he made the Akira movie, which is great, even though it, only bore some resemblance to the manga. And then he didn't make anything fucking else until Steam Boy, which was not great.
Nope. Steam Boy was really pretty, but it was not good.
And then he I don't know how much he worked on the freaking Cup Noodle Freedom thing,
Yeah.
which is like, I don't even know what
Oh,
the
this
hell.
Anime News Network thing is great because it just has a line at the end that says, it's like, the things they picked to associate him with is pretty funny. Quote, he also collaborated on Harmageddon,
Barely.
Rojin Z,
Oh, yeah, Rojin Z
yep,
was an Otomo joint.
Spriggan,
Yeah, kinda.
which everyone forgets. Who remembers Spriggan?
Yeah.
Metropolis,
Yeah.
Cup Noodle,
Yeah.
and Hipira the Little Vampire, which
I never heard of that.
we've reviewed it on fucking Geek Nights.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't remember.
You don't remember Hipira? It was not great.
Okay. The point is,
That show with the cute little vampire?
I don't remember this. Anyway, Otomo is like this dude who's clearly shown the potential to create like all-time great parade-worthy works of
June
art.
8th, 2011, tonight on Geek Nights. The cute Hipira and the fun Wakfu. We
Okay.
reviewed them both.
The point is, Akira is parade-worthy, but Otomo is not, because since then he's done jack and shit, basically, right? So they're redoing Akira in HD, which I guess is a good thing, and
Yep.
but he's making another thing called Orbital or something.
Yeah.
And the image, the promotional image, looks very Otomo-esque and involves,
Otomo, all I think of Otomo is there's someone probably wearing a helmet of some kind, standing in the middle of a big, mostly empty thing, holding something, maybe with a motorbike.
right. So, I mean, I hope it's good, obviously, because I love Otomo when he's good.
Yeah.
But I really wish, the thing is, if you look at the things he's worked on animation-wise, where he's had heavy involvement. He's only had the one hit where it was based on a manga, Akira, right? But all of his manga, which I don't think he's made any manga since Akira, none of note or significance anyway. I really wish he would just make manga, because he's basically never made a bad manga.
Well,
really.
you know what I was about to... This is the Monkey's Paw situation. You're like, I wish Ultima would make more stuff. The Monkey's Paw is like, he's going to make another mediocre movie.
Right.
It's
If
just
he
like
would
with
just
Oshii.
make a manga-
Oshii makes great comedy anime, and what he ends up... Like, all he wants to do is make really boring, terrible live-action stuff that nobody likes.
It's like if Ultima would just make a manga, it would be great, hopefully, and then he could make an anime based on that manga.
Yeah.
Right? And then that would hopefully also be great. But you just go and direct to, movie, and it's not, I can hope it's great, but I'm going to set expectations low, because that way I won't have any disappointment or excitement or anticipation.
Yep.
But, if it is, I do hope it's great, though. That would be awesome.
So, in another news from Anime Expo, Promare, which... Imagine just Kill La Kill 2.
Right. Promare is a new animated movie from Studio Trigger.
It looks like it's made by Studio Trigger.
It is Studio Trigger, the movie. It was shown at Anime Expo. It's going to be shown at Otakon, and tickets are on sale to go see it in a theater near you. I bought a ticket to see it in the theater near me.
I think I'm going to be out of the country when it's in the theaters here.
I think it's showing sometime in October. There's only 2 days it's showing. The weekend date is a dub showing, and the weeknight showing is a sub. So make sure you go see it on the weeknight after work like I am.
So Crunchyroll, now there's an update to this. Crunchyroll, Adult Swim, and a bunch of other people are joining HBO Max.
Right, so if you don't know about this, let's say you want to do legal streaming and you don't want to pirate anything, you don't have cable, right?
Yep.
So if you're interested in HBO, your options are HBO Go.
Your options are your parents' HBO Go account, because you don't have one.
HBO Go means you have cable and you log in with your cable, and then you can watch HBO. HBO Now is a thing that lets you watch some limited amount of HBO, mostly Game of Thrones.
Yep.
It's pretty much the Game of Thrones. HBO Now effectively is pay money to watch Game of Thrones if you don't have HBO, if you can't get HBO Go or pirate or do anything else.
I mean, yeah.
Right. And I don't even care about Game of Thrones, right? HBO Max is a new thing that's basically going to be like a real streaming service, just like fucking Netflix. And you pay for it, and not only do you get a bunch of HBO stuff, you're also going to get
all the Warner stuff.
Right, you're going to get Cartoon Network stuff, you're going to get all kinds of
you're going to get almost all the Warner Media brands, like Warner Brothers stuff, New Line, DC Entertainment, CNN, TNT, TBS.
So this, out of the box,
and
if they fill
Turner
it up,
Classic Movies.
right, but if they put enough content into this out of the box, then like that is a Netflix level competitor right there. You're going to be choosing between, like I'm going to be switching between Netflix, this one, and the Disney one. Like,
yep. I hate that I'm gonna get the Disney one, so
I'm gonna switch between the three depending on what I'm watching.
So what's interesting is because they're gonna bring a bunch of content from their subsidiaries, because one of the subsidiaries of Warner Media is Otter Media, and Otter Media owns a whole bunch of crap. Like I think they own Crunchyroll.
I don't know.
So all this stuff is gonna be on HBO Max, but to be clear here. I'm going to just quote Anime News Network. Crunchyroll clarified with Anime News Network on Wednesdays, like recently, that only select content from Crunchyroll will be available on HBO Max. So
right.
It's
So if you want to go
ad for Crunchyroll.
Right. So if you want deep cuts from Crunchyroll, you're going to have to get Crunchyroll. But if you just want to watch some anime and you have HBO Max, you're going to see some anime.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're the kind of person who maybe watches like the top animes and not the deep cuts, then maybe HBO Max or Netflix or any of this, all the services seem to have a little bit of anime going on.
I'm going with my current strategy of I have Netflix, I have Crunchyroll, and I have Pirate Bay.
Yeah, I mean that's what I have right now.
But
too.
I do buy.
I have those two things, and I have Criterion Channel. But
I do buy individual movies and shows on Amazon sometimes.
I haven't been watching Crunchyroll recently, but the problem is I have an annual membership, so I can't cancel and uncancel. Right, so but I probably won't renew it until there's a show I need to watch on Crunchyroll.
So last and least, Neon Genesis Evangelion, as we talked about at length, is now available on Netflix.
Well, we talked about that last Wednesday show.
So I just want to point out, if you, for whatever reason, listen to GeekNights but haven't watched Evangelion, we don't need to re-review it, because back in 2007, we reviewed Neon Genesis Evangelion, and we, in 2008, did a full, deep, final thoughts, spoilers everywhere, like talk about Neon Genesis Evangelion. So rather than us do this again, you can just go listen to those old Geek Nights episodes.
Or not.
And you'll get the weird novelty of Scott doing the opening introduction to the show instead of me, because we used to alternate back in 2007.
You'll get some old-ass 2007 news.
Oh, well, what's the news here? Let's see. In the news, Michiko and Hachin is an anime, and Tatsunoko versus Capcom is going crazy go nuts. I don't know what that news was. And for the other show, let's see. We review Neon Genesis Evangelion. In the news, Speed Racer and Bokurano. I think Bokurano came out.
Maybe we, I don't know.
None of these links are valid anymore. They're all 404s. There's no way to find out what the hell. Oh, Bokurano. Oh, you know what our news was? Bokurano, the anime, changed the ending because they thought the manga ending was too depressing.
The manga and anime are significantly different. I watched all the anime. I have all the manga. I haven't read it all yet, though.
Yeah. That anime is pretty good, actually.
It's way good.
I could watch it again someday.
Go for
And
it.
finally, this weekend, if you were not aware, there is a convention in Connecticut, in Hartford, called Kineticon. Now,
isn't it usually the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con?
yeah, it moves around. It's
All
always,
right.
but it's this coming weekend, like this weekend.
All right.
If you live within like a couple hours
When's
drive,
San Diego Comic-Con?
if you live within a couple hours drive or a reasonable train ride, you should go to Kineticon. It's a pretty good con, but it's not a fly to Connecticut convention. Don't fly there, but if you live nearby, you should probably go.
Oh, San Diego Comic-Con is the week after that. It's the 18th through the 21st.
So we used to go every year. We used to run the entire like panels and workshops department. We retired from that position. Our good friends Cold Guy and Nate took over running that area, and they do a really good job. The convention is just as good as it's always been. So we'll probably return someday. We can't return because actually Scott has something going on this weekend. So it would have been just me. And the only just me con I do is Zenkai Con. But if you're anywhere near Connecticut, you should totally go to this con. They got a lot of Steven Universe voice actors, and it's always a good time. Also,
Play some
frankly,
games.
other than PAXs and MagFests, like weirdly enough, Kineticon is like one of the better tabletop gaming cons you could go to in the East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think that. You wouldn't even know that. It is a better gaming con just inside of this con than most gaming cons are. And gaming's just like one area of the con. All right. But anyway, it's time for Things of the Day. What do you got?
So here are some people, presumably in Russia, but maybe not Russia.
I also got a Russia vibe based on the laughter and based on that old ass control.
I can't tell. What's the name of the Twitter account? Men's Corner? Yeah, I don't know about this Twitter account.
Oh, this Twitter account probably just like republished this.
I don't know. But the point is, the video in this tweet is excellent. There are two stupid people on train tracks walking.
Yeah, don't
and
do
for
that.
some reason, the train, which the camera is inside of, is sneaking up on them, and they don't hear the train.
'Cause
Even though it's going slow, trains are loud, slow, or
Well,
fast.
electric trains that are not accelerating or decelerating, that are relatively modern and well maintained, are actually really quiet.
Yeah, but anyway, hilarity ensues.
Yep, it's a real good tweet.
Very, very. You're not going to get much more laughter in 25 seconds than you are with this one. So, thing of the day.
So, my thing of the day, I'm like 70% sure this is real because I've seen some shit in my life.
I mean, it could be real, could be fake, but in the absence of proof that it's real, I have to lean towards fake, even though I'm not going to say 100% it's fake.
I feel like it's real because I have encountered similarly weird situations. Like, that saxophone house is clearly fake, and Sephiroth house is pretty, but this feels like it happened. But basically, there's a place on Reddit where people will semi-anonymously ask for relationship advice, and the most common reason you would go to that place is to see what a shit show other people's lives are so you can feel better about yourself.
Right. Well, I mean, the person who wrote this relationship advice post says they originally posted on our AITA, which, if you don't know, is Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, which is
another great place to go on Reddit, because basically you have people who either are assholes or people who are, in situations entangled with assholes.
Scott, we should
and
make one.
You get to go there, and you get to basically vote on, you are the person posting this, you're the asshole, or no, the person you're posting about is the asshole, assuming you're not lying.
I feel like we should make the spinoff, Am I That Guy?
Okay. Yes, you're that guy. If you have to ask, Well, I mean,
No, because
if
the
you're
people who
smart
ask
enough,
are
if you're
almost never
smart
that
enough to
guy.
ask if you're that guy, you're not that guy.
Like, I have almost anyone who has
if
ever
you're
come up to
worried
us at a
about being
con.
that guy, you're not that. Probably not that guy.
Yep, that guy has no idea that he's that guy and hates all the other that guys.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm just gonna read the very beginning of this because you got to read it. It swerves very delicately and in a wonderful way that I love. I'm female, 34, pregnant, and struggling with my husband, male, 35. Lack of support regarding my in-laws' behavior. How can I improve the situation? I've been happily married for 10 years. I'm very much in love. I'm not sure of the blah, 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 but basically, quote, the relationship with his parents has been strained.
Mm-hmm.
They own a number of mouse figurines.
Okay.
That's already...
A lot of people collect stuff.
They are made from different materials, and one is a giant papier-mâché one called Timothy.
Okay.
Each of them has a whole character profile with backstories, personal preferences, family relations, etc.
Okay, so they not only do they collect, but they take it the extra mile with fan fiction.
And all of them are seen as part of the family. Timothy is my in-laws' grandchild. What unsettles me is that they constantly talk to them with other they constantly talk as them with other mice or each other and guests. They use high-pitched tones, and they'll talk in this manner that little children would use. For instance,
Okay, so that they have mental problems
Yeah.
and they need help.
my husband's father will squeakingly say, "My tummy hurts, I am hungry," while wiggling a mouse plushie in my face.
Assuming this is true, he's got problems and needs help.
But the entire family is in on
The
this.
whole family needs help.
All I'm going to say
It's
is
true.
that if you read this, like usually when you read these stories, the swerve is like, oh, wow, your husband's an incel, or like, yeah, your wife is cheating on you. This one swerves in a direction that I did not anticipate.
Yeah, it's so weird and so specific that it's like it would be a very creative person who made this up.
Yeah, I feel like if someone made this up, they need to make a choose your own adventure video game.
Because they would come up with like the best choose your own adventure book ever
Yeah.
with their creative mind.
In the meta moment, the Geek Nights Book Club book is apparently still Pages of Pain by Troy Denning.
It is the first book ever, well, the first novel ever,
Yup.
which is The Tale of Genji.
So let's get right into it because usually, as you know, we do a YouTube show on Scott's YouTube channel, which you subscribe to, called Judge Anime by Its Cover.
We used to do it at Anime Boston as a panel.
Yep. We 1 year we were like, let's review all the anime that's coming out based on a screenshot, and it was really fucking funny and really fun to do. And we're really accurate.
Yeah, I'm not going to say we're 100% accurate. We get stuff wrong.
Yeah.
But we're still, the thing is, people, who say, oh, we're super dumb. It's first of all, yeah, we admit we're super dumb. We don't know stuff. And B, it's like, yeah, we got some things super wrong. But percentage-wise, we get mostly hits. It's like, yeah, look, I got 10 bullseyes, 2 in the red, and like 1 missed the target. It's like, really? You're going to say that I suck? Because,
Yep.
2 missed the target, 3.
So normally we
Still
do
got
this.
10 bullseyes.
We do this with high production values, not as a podcast, but just as a YouTube thing. But we've had a lot of travel and we've been busy, so we did not have time to do that.
Right. Well, I mean, as we speak, the summer season of anime is happening. Episodes 2s and 3s of different shows are coming out like within a few days.
I have avoided
So we're
watching.
So we're already late, even though we haven't watched any anime.
Like I avoided
B, we
watching
didn't-
some of these shows so we could do this, and we haven't done it yet.
We didn't have any other show idea for tonight. I didn't have any video stuff set up in my house.
Yep.
The weather is the AQI is not so good.
Yeah, the air quality is pretty bad today in New York.
Right. So yeah, a variety of circumstances. Like, all right, let's be the lazy bums we are. No reason to deny that we are lazy bums. We will make one episode, the summer episode of this show, just as a Geek Nights episode, and not make a video.
So what I will say, if you like this, go subscribe to Scott's YouTube channel because we've been doing this on his channel for a while.
Yeah, I guess our policy is like whoever edits the video post it on their channel because we don't have the Geek Nights YouTube channel.
I mean, you could
really.
give him to me to post on mine because mine has a lot more followers.
Whatever.
Mine makes money.
Yeah.
Actually, my YouTube channel covers the Libsyn bills now, like completely.
Okay.
That's actually, I was surprised by that. I didn't notice for a while that it's been making money.
Right.
But I know the listener is smart because that money is almost entirely YouTube red. Well, not red anymore. YouTube. People who pay for YouTube, YouTube gives us money because they watched our videos. Because anyone who's not paying for YouTube, I assume, is blocking ads. If you're not blocking ads, block ads. Like, ad block works on YouTube, guys. So let's get right into it. Scott can't really see this unless
No,
he
I got my own. I got my
Okay.
iPad.
So, Dr. Stone.
One day,
I'm already feeling this. This looks good.
Taiju builds his confesses to a girl he loves, and the sky is filled with a strange light. Everyone touched by the light is turned to stone.
Ooh, kind of like the
Everyone's trapped to stone. He breaks out and he explores a crazy world. And he finds some other people who were freed from stone, but not everyone. So basically, it's like, what if everyone was turned to stone?
It's like that old sci-fi
on the whole planet, but then some people were slowly released over time, and then the main character gets released, and he's not necessarily the first or only to be released. But you then explore the world of what happened when everyone was turned to stone for an unknown amount of time, and then unstoned through the eyes of that character. Great concept, definitely unique.
Yep, the art looks like interesting at least. I don't see any warning signs.
It's based on a manga of some kind. Yeah, this.
It reminds me. There's that old sci-fi movie where the comet goes over, and anyone who looked at the comet is permanently blinded the next day, and then just like the world disintegrates. All right, this is definitely worth a 1-episode watch.
Yeah, this is one of those concept ones, but the concept is, I think, way more unique and way better than a lot of the other concept ones. If you think, like, we just talked about Bokurano, which is great,
because this isn't
but
like
the
a 9 doors
concept is a lot less unique and interesting than this one.
Yeah, this one I definitely want to watch.
Oh yeah.
Dungeon.
I'm getting my guess is that it will be pretty close to like the Abyss show.
Ooh, yeah, which I really liked.
Maybe.
Dungeon ni Deai wo Motemeru no wa. That's a long
Oh, you're
name.
gonna pronounce all these now? Yeah.
Dungeon no Deai wo Motemeru no wa Machigateru Taroka.
2.
Okay, 2.
It's a sequel to another dungeon.
The
thing
second season of a show we didn't watch that has vague fantasy, like Gokudo kind of. Not Goku, more like more serious than Gokudo, maybe. It just looks like serious people.
No one listening to this knows what Gokudo is.
Yeah, I feel like people listening to this are the only people who know what Gokudo is.
Oh, okay.
I see a girl with fox ears. I see the most generic possible characters. This show is, you know what this show is probably like?
Generic.
This show is probably as generic and fantasy and self-insert as Utawara Rumono. Remember that show? That show was just nothing.
So the English translation is something I have heard of, which is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Oh.
That's what it is.
It's probably genero comedy.
You've never heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I've heard of it. It's, yeah. Whatever.
No one talked.
There's a reason I've heard of it and then have not bothered to investigate any further beyond the title.
No one talked much about season 1 in our circle, so I assume season 2 was
I think it was a manga first, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Oh, shit. Enen no Shobotai. Firefighters. This looks like firemen.
They're not actually. So if you read the text.
In year 198 of the solar era in Tokyo, special fire brigades are fighting spontaneous human I'm less interested in this now.
Yeah, they look like firefighters, but actually they're just doing some, action
Devil's
anime kind of stuff.
Okay, it's a shonen anime about firefighters who fight spontaneous human combustion caused by, I guess, demons. Faction of people creating infernals. Yeah, this is a proper noun show.
It's just a dark shonen action show, but they happen to use the aesthetic of firefighting, right? Darker
than black firefighters. There's a lot of proper nouns.
And you love that shit.
Special Fire Force Company 8, the Infernals. There's a lot of capitalized words here. The show's going to be dumb.
All right, here's Vinland Saga, which is a fantasy anime I've heard the name of many times.
Everyone who talks about it,
but I don't know anything about it other than that it's a known fantasy thing.
This looks great.
Really?
Thorfinn, it looks like historical drama set in like Viking times. Thorfinn is son of one of the Vikings' greatest warriors, but when his father is killed in battle by a mercenary leader, he swears to have his revenge. He joins a band. This is just Viking shit, the show.
I mean, I've heard of it, and I know it's like a fantasy anime. That's all I know.
I will say this. The people I know who have talked about it and liked it are people who know and like The Prince of Nothing.
Okay.
That could be a warning sign to certain people, but I feel like this is going to be good.
Sure.
I feel like this is worth a couple episodes to see if it's good. I think it's going to be serious drama. You don't think that? I don't see any indication that it's not. Maybe Berserk adjacent?
Could be Berserk adjacent.
Berserk adjacent, but historical, like fictionalized Viking drama?
Yeah, I don't know how much historic this is going to be.
It's all based on this. This does not look fantasy. It just looks Vikings. There's even a little YouTube trailer. This just looks like Viking stuff. I don't think this is fantasy. I think it's just Vikings.
We'll see about that.
All right, let's keep going. What the fuck is this? Generic girl anime. Among the class, it was transported to another world. An ordinary male student who doesn't have ambition. This is going to be a self-insert garbage anime. Proper nouns. Ari Furetu Shokugyo de
The class
Sekai
is summoned to
Saikyo.
become heroes in another world.
No, the main character is an ordinary male who doesn't have ambition or aspiration, is called incompetent by his classmates. This is self-insert bullshit.
Yeah, this is one of those. I mean, this is sort
The
of
main character, the girl sidekick to this guy, looks way too young. I'm calling this bad.
There's a lot of these where the whole class is like has to like is like a unit,
Yep.
right? There's like Assassination Classroom and Battle Royale are two that come to mind immediately. But in this one, that addition of main character being weakest boy in the class situation is what makes it like.
Oh, it even talks about stats. Like this is this is garbage. This is utter genre garbage.
All right.
Dumbbell non kilo moteru.
Is it
Weightlifting.
It's a
Cute girls-
weightlifting sports show.
Cute girls weightlifting.
Mm.
Girls.
How porny is it though?
Doesn't look
The
that
translation is, how heavy are the dumbbells you lift? It seems like every character is a girl except for one. It could be a harem thing.
One girl's getting a little chubby, and she decides to join a gym, tries to find a casual gym, meets someone else who's a weightlifter, and it's like a romantic
It
comedy
seems like an
weightlifting.
excuse to draw lots of athletic girls with boobs
Yeah,
and then have people look at that. It even says comedy ecchi.
yep.
So there you go.
You do not need to watch
You're
this.
going to see lots of scenes of like someone bending over to lift some weights and you look down their shirt. That's what you're in for.
What is going on here? Lord El Malloy Il Se no Jikenbo, Rail Zeppelin Grace
Is it
Notes.
just like a steampunky kind of show?
I think so. When Lord El Melio II, the later waiver Velv, there's a lot of capitalized words here, gets asked to claim his inheritance over Adra Castle. Assembled contestants in something. They all have ridiculous Gundam names. Luvia Galita Edefelt must compete in a game of wits to win a castle.
Yeah, it's another one of those, typical, right, scenario type shows. It just has this sort of dark steampunk Victorian-ish aesthetic going on.
Yep. I feel like this show is going to have the thing where aesthetically it looks a little bit like, I don't know, like Durara kind of characters, but I feel like it's going to be super generic and feel like it's going somewhere and feel like
Put up
act
the
like it's really
that's the
deep.
second time Rim said generic.
I feel like it's not going to go anywhere though.
Put a counter on the non-screen.
This is the generic
every time,
season.
Every time Rim says generic, ding.
This show is going nowhere. There's going to be no interesting mystery.
All right. Let's see.
Karakai Jozu no Takagai-san 2.
Takagi-san.
Takagi-san 2. The
Right.
second season of Tatagi-san.
I didn't see the first season. So,
Yep,
and
and-
do we? I don't. It's so weird. We're seeing these second seasons of things, even though we've been judging anime for like over a year now. I don't remember ever judging the first season of this. Maybe we have, and I just forgot.
Maybe they were so generic no one talked about them.
Yeah, I don't know, but it would have been on the anime chart if they were just airing, right? So that first season was either so long ago or so mad that we just breezed over it without even thinking about it.
Yep. I feel like that happens a lot.
Anyway, it says comedy slice of life romance. It
Nah.
looks just like a cute little show with, kids middle schoolish romance maybe. I don't know.
All right, here we go. Kanatano Astra. Space travel
Astra? I think it's Astra because it's like space.
is
Like
is
astral.
commercially viable. High school students embark to planet camp. An unforeseen sentient light sphere warps them to outer space,
So
stranding them.
This is the second show where a whole class of kids has been warped to another place.
Is that the theme for this
and
summer?
then have to work together.
This does not look like. However, here's the big
Except
difference.
this one's in space.
This one does not appear to have the generic, shitty self-insert character from a light novel.
Not in the description anyway.
This looks like it has the ensemble cast of co-equal main characters.
One person with the spiky hair dude is drawn much larger than the other characters.
Yeah, but I feel like he will be a character as opposed to a self-insert.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think this show could be good if the mystery of how they were teleported is like a good, terrible secret of literally space.
Ooh, it edges into They Were 11 territory. They find an old
Of course,
unmanned...
it's a group of kids in space.
Yeah, they find an old unmanned spaceship, and they must stay strong and manage their limited resources and remain united in the darkness of space.
Maybe it is They Were 11.
I feel like this could be like...
Only as They Were 9.
I am much more interested in watching this than the other show that is a class of people sent somewhere.
I mean, I think it's just because
it doesn't have the self-insert light novel garbage character.
You don't know. It's just not in the description. But just the space theme, I think, it gives it that extra boost.
Yeah.
Versus the teleported to another fantasy world where there are stats on the people.
All right, Isekai.
Like an RPG.
Speaking of stats, Isekai Cheat Magician.
Oh.
It's even in the title.
All right.
Centers around a guy and a girl that get transported to a fantasy world. In the guy is a normal person who has higher than average reflex. Yeah, not even going to talk about this one.
So you get transferred to a fantasy world where you're a badass, which is basically what Superman is. It's
But
like
it
on
has-
Krypton, he's a normal bro, but he comes to Earth and he's a badass.
It has Isekai in the title. There's no way this is good. It's not even going to talk about it. Towaru Kagaku no Accelerator. The Espers nope, this is bad too. The Espers of Academy City are classified into 6 levels, where level 0 lacks power, while level 5 possesses an overwhelming amount of isekai crap.
It's so weird how like these RPG elements started out as stats on like a war game D&D character sheet. Then they edged their way into video games, which lacked all the agency of the player in storytelling, but still had the combat of sort of.
But no, the nerds
right?
actually
like
just
Final
want the
Fantasy.
stats.
But now they've even taken that away, and they're bringing the RPGs with stats. Right? I mean, they've been in anime for a while now, but it's like it feels like it's getting even worse.
Imagine
right?
imagine an anime based on Final Fantasy
It's like
VI.
if you're a Final Fantasy character, you don't know that your strength is 47, right? But here
in Dragon Ball Z, it was a joke.
Right, in Dragon Ball Z, they joked like, oh, your power level's over 9,000. But here, it's like, nope, literally not a joke. Your power level is 9,000.
You know what this is? It's if Final Fantasy VI was turned into an anime, and the anime was literally just every fucking fight.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
And then, like, looking at the character screens and like, oh, his strength is too higher. Now we can cast white, and it'll do a little more damage. Ooh.
At least anime like Get Backers would abstract it away and like, oh, we've made it to the next level of the spooky tower.
Yep.
Right? And as opposed to like literal.
Oh,
or, like,
God damn it.
Astro Boy, he leveled up and now he has X thousand horsepower, but it wasn't like, that's the thing that makes sense. Here it's literally like, aha, your stats are up.
All right, that's a really long title. Uchi no ko no tame narabe ore wa moshikashi tara moao no taoseru kamo shirenai?
In English, it translates to, if it's for my daughter, I'd even defeat a demon lord.
I'm already not super into this because I see a lot of really young girl characters.
So a dude goes into the forest. He comes across a devil girl who's not doing too well. He's going to leave her there to die, but nope, takes her home to become her adopted father. She's really cute. It seems kind of like a moe situation.
Yeah, I worry this is going to be scary moe, and I worry that if it's based on a manga...
It's okay. I brought a demon girl home. I didn't bring an actual little human girl home.
My worry is... Oh, it's based on a light
She's
novel.
10,000 years old.
I guess my worry is that this might be a bunny drop situation.
It's demon drop.
Demon drop.
Demon drop.
All right. I'm just going to read the English names of these from now on. Oh, maidens in your savage season.
I think that one you should read the Japanese name.
Araburu kisetsu no otome domoyo. Otome domoyo.
Okay.
The girls in a high school literature club do an icebreaker. One thing you want to do before you die. One of them says sex. I think it's just a slice of life. Funny, like it's just a story about girls and sex.
Oh, is this like it depends? Is this a Noe Tamina show? Maybe it seems like it might be
Romance, slice of life drama. I think it's just serious. These are girls.
It's based on a manga.
Yeah, this could possibly be good.
Yeah, it seems like this is not a perverted situation. This is like an honest, legit, situation.
Yeah, this could be an earnest show about sexuality and growing up.
That's
I don't see a lot of warning signs.
Yeah, that's a good deal, right? No one's drawn in a perverted way or is highly exposed. I don't even see a male character here. I just see ladies. It doesn't say the word Yuri on it.
Yep.
Not that that would be bad, but, you know.
The genre stuff, people saying it's a coming-of-age female protagonist school club. Like, yeah. Wow. Good job, anime.
Good job, Japan. You're getting there.
All right, what is this one? Do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks? What the fuck?
What would you do if you got transported into a video game?
RPG
with
world
your
with
mom?
Wait, no, on one hand, every video game I play, the mom that is a fantasy world, the moms are the only good characters. And you can't date them or really interact with them.
Right, so this does have the leg up in that the mom is going to be there like all the time because that's the point of the show.
But it's yet another RPG stat show.
It's yet another, well, my life is actually literally a video game now.
But is this MILFs? Is this where this is going? Hardu and your mom is an insanely overpowered, dual-wielding, multi-target specialist. So on one hand, an anime in a fantasy world where, like, you're trying to be an adventurer, but your mom is way stronger than you and follows you could be great. But I don't think this is going to be that. I think this is going to be another stat-based garbage show.
Yeah, it's mostly just going to be, like, silly and, pandery and that sort of thing.
Yep. All right. Hentai something. Already not interested in this.
Oh, they're in the calligraphy club, but they found a love letter on
Hensuki.
someone's desk.
Are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's cute? She found a love letter. Yeah, nope. Panties.
Make the girl the pervert. That way you don't feel like you're a pervert dude watching it.
Yep, nope. The show is male gaze, so I'm just going to ignore it.
Yep.
Mao-sama retry. The story centers on a girl. Nope, I'm already worried. A regular guy who works at a company that manages an online game.
Is this like in the summer? Every anime is about games and people being in game worlds.
He often plays in the game as a character who is a Dark Lord, but one day when he logs on, he's whisked into the game's world as his character, and he meets a one-legged girl. Yeah, fuck this show.
Can we ban all anime where people go to video game worlds?
Yeah, fuck that. Done. All right, Katsute Kamidata Kemono Taichi. Serious looking shonen show, I guess? War, werewolf, guns, dragons.
Yeah, it looks like a shonen action show where there's like people fighting and stuff, right? Maybe like a Saint Seiya kind of deal.
It's about the Civil War. The North against the South. The outnumbered Northerners use dark magic to create a monstrous super soldier called there's a lot of proper nouns now. Incarnates, sacred beast, all uppercase. The show is going to be proper nouny and super serious. Probably not that good.
Well, a show that takes itself seriously, but isn't actually that serious.
The show's going to act like it's serious, and it's going to substitute good plot and character development for proper noun names of things.
All right, so this one looks interesting, but also not, right? So you have it says Cop Craft.
That art looks different.
So what I'm getting the vibe here, buddy police action series follows a detective and the alternate world knight, right? So there's like a girl wearing not the most boob armor I've seen, but still not very protective armor.
It's panty boob armor, but it's like Naga from Slayer's level as opposed to like really perverted.
It's not an armored bikini. It's an armored one-piece bathing suit. But anyway, so you have a serious detective. Like imagine
guy with a gun.
Who's the guy, the human in Ghost in the Shell?
Oh God! Why do I forget his name?
I don't know. I forgot his name right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
why did I forget his name?
I forgot. Right, but like imagine a serious detective who's but the buddy partner Togusa, right? I actually was thinking that, but I'm like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, I was the same thing. I was like, Togusa? No,
right, so imagine Togusa, but his buddy cop isn't also the serious major.
It's a magic girl from a fantasy world.
His buddy cop is a magical girl wearing, slightly not great armor with a sword. So it's like crossing the two genres in a way. But it seems like she's also serious, like she's actually trying to solve whatever demon problems there are.
This is going to be an odd couple buddy cop, except it's a fantasy girl and a normal guy with a gun. You know what? I would give it a shot.
At least it's a unique idea.
It's not set in an RPG. I will give this one episode.
Yeah.
Two worlds,
Yeah,
two
but
justices.
Meanwhile, we still didn't watch a single episode from last season.
I know, because I've been watching other stuff.
Yeah,
I've
anyway.
been busy. Nakanohito Genome.
All right.
Popular game footage uploader. One day he wakes up and
So
finds...
he's not a streamer. He's someone who just uploads stuff to YouTube.
Wait, what? Taken to a strange place along with other YouTubers
Okay.
who are specialized in different genres of games. A mysterious alpaca-headed host gathers them. This is a $9, $9 dreams scenario.
Yes.
9 somethings. They're all in a situation like Assassination Classroom.
Eden of the East, you got $1 million bajillion on your phone.
But they're all YouTube streamers.
And you're naked.
No, they're not YouTube streamers. They're YouTube uploaders,
Right.
which is a thing in Japan. It's not as much of a thing here.
I mean, there's people upload video game stuff to YouTube.
Yeah, but it's more
Every
like...
Twitch streamer uploads like the best ofs to YouTube.
Oh, no, but I've seen some of these channels. They're more like they just upload footage from the games without, like, commentary.
Okay.
It's like, oh, I uploaded footage from the game so you can see it.
Anyway.
All right.
All right, this one looks like it's got some school action.
The llama-headed guy, yeah, this is Assassination Classroom type stuff.
I meant the next one has the school,
we moved
the
on.
school action, yeah.
Oh. One dad. Joshikose no Mudazukai.
Ridiculous days of 3 high school friends at the height of their youth. It's just a high school comedy show. Whee!
You know, one of my favorite anime ever is just a high school comedy show. Basically, Here's Greenwood.
I don't think this is Heroes Greenwood
No.
level.
But it could. But I like shows like that. This could be good.
Maybe.
It looks like it's based on a manga.
Mm.
The manga, like the art on the manga, looks pretty good, actually. I don't know. If anyone says this is good, I'll watch it.
Mm.
All right, we've been going on for a while, and I'm hungry. I'm running out of steam, so let's move quicker. Grand Belm. Magic disappeared from the world. In the present day, a normal high school student who moved back to Japan from Germany some 2 characters meet on a full moon. They learn about magic and giant magic combat dolls with it's all proper nouns now.
So it's magic plus mecha.
Yeah, magic plus mecha and a lot of proper nouns.
And mecha has been gone from the world, but then this girl moves back to Japan from Germany and rediscovers magic and brings mecha back to the world.
Eh,
Yeah.
eh.
All right. BEM. BEM. The Port Town, Libra City, or all
This one's the one with this has a terrible secret of space. The whole anime is going to be around the mystery of some place.
It says a supernatural horror show.
Yep.
It
Massive canal that separates the city, spanned by a single bridge.
People have to fight sort of dark, spooky monsters, or it seems like some of the characters have monstrous forms, right? If you look at like the poster there, right? There's like 4 characters at the bottom,
Ooh,
but
the art actually looks pretty good. Maybe it'll be more like Boogie Pop Phantom.
the 3 characters above them all have like, monsters behind them, indicating that they're actually monsters in human form or something like that. I don't know.
They fight for the sake of humanity, but due to their horrible form, will humans accept them? It looks pretty stylish. I guess this is another one where if anyone else tells me it's good, I'll give it a watch. I'll watch 1 episode. All right, Given. It's stuck deep inside me and I can't get it out of my head. Mafu's voice is an insane and dangerous weapon. That day I started to feel that playing the guitar and playing basketball, both of which I liked very much previously, were becoming boring. The hell is this show about?
It's one of those music shows. There's been a lot of these lately. There was like the jazz one. What was that called?
Oh, yeah.
Something on the Hill? I forget.
Yeah, which was...
I forget.
There's Kids on the Slope.
That's the one.
Kids on the Slope.
Not the Hill,
I
the
really
Slope.
wanted to like it, but it was so boring.
Right, I think this is one of those. There's been quite a few of these lately, about like one every few seasons, where it's like...
It's not the Bones one either. The Bones one looked good. This one doesn't look good.
It's like a somewhat serious-ish show that's about, a band or kids in a band or playing music or something like that.
Band, boys love.
Yeah.
Music, slice of life. I think this is going to be boring.
Yeah, probably. All right, some Sympho gear.
If you're on the Sympho gear train, you're on the Sympho gear train. I am not on the Sympho gear train.
Yeah, I just know the Sympho gear is a thing. I don't know anything about it.
This is the
I just know I don't need to watch it.
This is called Sympho Gear 15. It is the 5th season of Sympho Gear.
What happened to the other 10 Sympho gears?
Fuck if I care. Ensemble Stars has way too many characters, and it's an idol thing.
Oh, it's an idol show. Okay.
Machikado Mazuko, 15-year-old girl, awakens with demonic power. Is it a magical? It's a magical girl show.
It says comedy fantasy, so it's like I guess, maybe it has the kind of feel of Risky Safety.
Oh, I can see that, but it looks more like straight magical girl.
Mm. Oh, so she has a curse. The curse is you have to live on 40,000 yen a month.
$365 a month.
You gotta live poor. You can live, but
Dude.
you live somewhere cheap.
Move upstate and away from the throughway. You could live pretty well on $365 a month.
All right, the next one actually it looks like it has something going on.
Ooh.
The anime will have it's
Nobunga.
no bunga, Nobunaga. So basically, it's a dramatic, sort of crazy interpretation of the story of Oda Nobunaga and his life as an early teen. So basically taking history and then making it really sort of outrageous in anime.
Yep, but not
full
turning him into a moe girl or anything.
No, nothing like that.
I don't feel like I need to give this a try because if I'm going to give a show like that a try, I'm going to watch Vinland Saga first.
Okay. GeekNights. It looks like a sports show about a high school rugby team.
Yeah, it probably takes itself seriously. It's probably really hyper accurate to the rules of rugby.
I feel like it's gonna be about the rugby, right?
Yeah.
It is a cute, super young idol girl show, like elementary school level idols. Restage Dream Days.
Pony Canyon. Yeah, it's not going to be for it's
Right.
for kids.
Then there's Star Moo 3, which looks like boys idols again.
3rd season of that.
And then there's Wari Showara Shotobutsu Aigo Linkai, which translates to...
This looks like a funny, weird short anime.
Yeah.
3 girls come from another planet to save mistreated animals on Earth. Black cat, squirrel, and rabbit all make their way to Earth.
It looks just like a little cutie kid show. Like, yay!
Yep. I think this is in the genre of yay.
Notably, this season, there were no card games. There were no Beyblades.
Because it's all
there were no monster collecting.
It's all generic dudes with no lives getting transported into RPG worlds.
Pretty much.
Don't watch shows that are generic dudes getting transported in RPG worlds.
No, do not.
If you really feel like you should, go watch 1 episode of Hexine and pretend that's the entire show and it was just a movie.
Right. So, that we have now judged all the TV anime from the summer season of 2019 according to the amazing website anichart.net, ANICHART.net. That's where we figure out what animes are coming out. We look at the scant information on that site. We judge the anime based on what that site says and no other information because we don't know anything else because we're dum-dums and we didn't bother to research. And we
Tell
don't
us
care.
if we're right. Tell us if we're wrong. I will link to Scott's YouTube channel. If you're subscribed to the GeekNights channel, also subscribe to Scott's channel.
All right, starting in the fall season, so probably shortly after PAX Labor Day, we will go back to judging in video form and not do this as a podcast anymore. Except maybe next summer, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see how lazy we are. But we've actually been doing this for like a surprising amount of time now. Even though we're frequently a few weeks late, we do manage to somehow never not do it. We've been doing it for like over a year, and I guess it'll continue even no matter how people care or not. Whatever.
If only Anime NYC were earlier or later, we could start going there and doing it as an event at a con
When
again.
is Anime NYC?
Like mid-November.
Exactly when?
Like November 15th through 17th.
We don't have anything that weekend.
Yeah.
We could finally go to it. It's like its 3rd year already, right?
Apparently it's great. Like I always want to go. I've literally
It has
been.
a little bit of stuff like VIP tickets I'm not a fan of, but it does seem to be a high quality anime con, the true successor to New York Anime Festival.
It is the PAX of anime cons.
Yeah. So it might be worth my time, especially since it's right there.
Yeah, I can take the subway to it.
Right, exactly. That makes it sort of something
Which
I would go to.
I cannot stress
it's
enough.
just conflicted with so many other things in the past years. But yeah, I'd be willing to go to it.
I can get free badges to New York Comic Con, and I can take the subway to it without even transferring. Like, from my apartment across the street to New York Comic Con, and I still refuse to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're done.
Yeah.